Last week, our journey through the book of Habakkuk led us to the 5 woes pronounced against the Chaldeans, or the Babylonians. The prophet Habakkuk observed unprecedented sin, rebellion, idolatry, and immorality among the Jews of the southern kingdom of Judah. He cried out to God, "Why? How long?" When he cried out to God, the Lord told him that he, God, had a plan. He was going to raise up the Chaldeans to bring discipline on the Jews. When Habakkuk was then even further frustrated because the Chaldeans, they're more evil than the Jews, God reassured him, reminding him to live by faith. The wickedness of the Babylonians will ultimately be punished. And he pronounced those 5 woes that would mark the end of the domination of the Chaldeans or Babylonians. All along in this study, we've drawn parallels with our own current times of trouble. But tonight, I want to spend just a few minutes focused on the prophecy of God through Habakkuk, and specifically, I want us to recognize that the prophecy actually did come to pass, just as the Lord said it would. He actually did use the Chaldeans to discipline the Jews of the southern kingdom. But then, in God's time, that discipline came to an end, and again in God's time, the world domination of the evil Chaldeans or Babylonians also came to an end. Here's how it played out. You may remember old King Nebuchadnezzar of the pay tribute or die fame, right? During the rise of Babylon, the Jews of the southern kingdom of Judah were divided in their loyalty, some to Egypt and some to Babylon. One battle in particular, in 601 BC, was won by Egypt over Babylon and Nebuchadnezzar. And as a result, the Jews of the southern kingdom revolted against Nebuchadnezzar and Babylon, which turned out to be a bad move. Their revolt was unsuccessful, and Jerusalem was placed under siege. Not long after that, the city fell, and Nebuchadnezzar pillaged Jerusalem, including the temple, and took a number of Jews captive, including Ezekiel. Remember the woe about the proud taking what does not belong to them? There it is, right there. The conflict between the Jews and the Babylonians continued, but the Jews never really stood a chance against the bigger, more powerful Babylonians, especially when you consider that the Babylonians, remember, were the ones that God had chosen to discipline the Jews. In the Bible, we read the warnings of the prophets, including Jeremiah. But in the end, Jerusalem was destroyed around 586 BC, and the Jews of the southern kingdom were taken captive by the Babylonians. God's plan for discipline was carried out. In the Old Testament book of Ezra, we find that the Persian king Cyrus the Great, ended that exile in 538 BC, allowing the Jews to begin the process of returning to Jerusalem and rebuilding the city, including the temple. The book of Nehemiah also records much of that story. God's people were free again, just like he promised. Cyrus the Great, king of Persia? Okay, remember the woes pronounced on Babylon? Those woes came to pass too. The mighty, invincible, impenetrable, and evil Chaldeans got a taste of their own medicine from Persia, the new most powerful kingdom in the world at that time. Everything God had told Habakkuk came to pass. The Chaldeans, Babylonians, would be used to discipline the Jews of the southern kingdom. But in the end, the Chaldeans would receive their pronounced judgment as well. It all happened just the way he said it would. Another reason for us to trust God and take him at his word. God bless you, friends.